More than 1 year ago, Mythic Games restructured the company and sold several of their IPs. Mythic needed to rethink their strategy because they struggled with rapidly increasing costs for making and shipping board games. Desperate measures have to be taken to keep the company afloat, and with renewed vigor, persuasive language and numerous promises, Mythic reassured backers to continue supporting the company. This video arises from disappointment. Mythic made some progress on Six Siege and Darkest Dungeon, but Mythic also reverted to old habits when it comes to communication, or rather, the lack of communication. However, I'd like to refrain from pointing fingers here. This video is not intended as a personal attack. Instead, it aims to offer a constructive solution to the current issues at stake. It's time to move past the seemingly hopeless situation and initiate a collective constructive dialogue with Mythic Games. Okay, let's rip off the bandage immediately. It's time for Mythic Games to stop. Whether they are in the business to make money or they are in the business to satisfy customers, regardless of their goals they are pursuing, Mythic is doing a lousy job. They grasped their second chance about a year ago, but it's hard to perceive any differences in the way they conduct their business today compared to 2 years ago. The reorganization and the divestment of several IPs show little effect. And in hindsight, it makes sense because the majority of the workload did not change after the reorganization. After all, games like Darkest Dungeon, Six Siege, Hel the Last Saga and Anastyr still needed to be developed, published and delivered. So the time has come for Mythic Games to yield and stop their questionable entrepreneurship. Okay, now that Mythic has bit the bullet, let's offer a golden bridge solution. Mythic Games has some really skilled employees who are able to contribute a lot of creativity and fun to the board game industry. Darkest Dungeon, Six Siege and Hel the Last Saga are some very appealing games. Mythic was able to convince almost 60,000 people to back these games on Kickstarter. It is a shame if the talents of the Mythic Games team goes to waste. Some competitors can surely use these creative minds as long as they are supported by a capable team that handles all of the peripheral matters. At the moment, Mythic Games is working on 4 different games. Darkest Dungeon, the game that is waiting on the second and final wave delivery. Six Siege, a game that will probably be delivered somewhere in 2024. Hel the Last Saga, a game that is partially developed. And Anastyr, another game that is still in development. Let's dissect each game one at a time. Six Siege is currently Mythic Games' main focus. The campaign of Six Siege ran in July 2021 and in March 2023 Mythic announced that they had to charge extra to be able to manufacture and deliver the game. We have made several videos on the matter. We'll put a link to our latest video at the top of the screen. To summarize our previous videos, Mythic demands a substantial ransom to deliver Six Siege to its backers, causing widespread discontent. Backers started cancelling their pledges and requested refunds. Nevertheless, Mythic still managed to collect enough ransom to continue the production of Six Siege. The mass production of the game is underway and is expected to be completed in January 2024. The delivery of Six Siege is currently scheduled for the first quarter of 2024. Hopefully, Mythic Games will manufacture some spare copies to sell in 2024, enabling them to stay in business long enough to deliver the second wave of Darkest Dungeon as well. However, ideally, we would like to see Six Siege being sold to Simon to secure the game's future. Much of the variety of the game comes from the different playable characters, and Simon should be able to extend the lifespan of Six Siege by making the game available to a broad audience and introducing future expansions on Kickstarter. Hopefully Six Siege will keep Mythic Games afloat, allowing them to fulfill the final wave of Darkest Dungeon 2. Mythic already delivered the first wave of Darkest Dungeon towards the end of 2022 and has plans to deliver the second wave in 2024. Backers of Darkest Dungeon were extorted twice, needing to contribute for both the first and the second wave deliveries. We've been following the discussion tangentially and we didn't back the game on Kickstarter back in October 2020. However, we do hope that at the end of 2024 the ordeal will be resolved for many backers. Once the deliveries are completed, we hope the game will be acquired by another company such as Mythic Games or Simon. For more information on Darkest Dungeon, we recommend watching the King of Average video. He discusses the matter in great detail and will place a link in the description of this video. Hel will probably be the next project that Mythic Games will be working on. The Kickstarter campaign ran in May 2020. In one of the latest Kickstarter updates on Hel the Last Saga, we can read that the development of the game is nearly done. The update was posted 1 year ago. Mythic Games didn't bother to inform their backers ever since. There should have been an update near the end of 2023, but we read on a Facebook fan page that the update is postponed until February. I've contemplated why Mythic Games neglected to post an update, and I could think of two possible explanations. A. They really don't care, or B. Something is going on. Or C. Both options are true. Never mind. If Mythic is supposed to manufacture Hel by themselves, they will probably need to reach out to all backers again, asking for another contribution. We anticipate this contribution would be substantial. At present, it seems one of the few opportunities to create some revenue for the company, considering that the support from many backers has waned over time. I have very little confidence in Mythic Games and their ability to manufacture and deliver Hel in any affordable way. Personally, I'm in favor of Mythic Games selling off the IP to another company. I'm even willing to take my losses. I will accept paying the exact same amount I initially pledged to get the game, with an exclusive expansion as a token of appreciation for my initial pledge. This might sound as an extreme idea, but at the moment I think it is the best option for all Hel backers. Sure, I want my copy of Hel too without paying any extra, but I don't think that is a realistic option. Mythic Games, please sell this IP to Awaken Realms. I do trust Awaken Realms with my money, and I don't trust you anymore. Anastyr is the final game in line, and compared to the other projects, it's the smallest that Mythic is currently handling. The Kickstarter campaign took place in May 2022 with an estimated delivery of July 2023. However, we're far from seeing the game being delivered anytime soon. The last Kickstarter update was in January 2023, detailing the reorganization within Mythic Games. No official updates have been posted since then, and the project is likely on hold until all other ongoing projects are completed. We hope to see Mythic Games selling this IP as well. Perhaps Mythic can use Anastyr to sweeten a deal with Simon, Mythic Games or Awaken Realms. Currently, we find it highly unlikely that Mythic will ever manage to deliver this game, so a word of advice: sell this IP and utilize the same strategy as previously suggested with Hel the Last Saga. So, before we end this video, I still have some overall thoughts I'd like to share on Mythic Games and its situation. This entire video is my personal opinion. I tried to avoid hurting anyone as much as I could, and I apologize if you feel provoked or offended. The current state of Mythic Games is concerning, marked by mistreatment of many individuals. It's crucial for Mythic to confront an inevitable reality: there seems to be no viable future for the company. While they might persist for another year, the credibility of Mythic Games, its brand, and their employees are diminishing by the day. The talented team at Mythic still holds potential within the board game industry, provided they are not leading a company by themselves. With 4 ongoing projects yet to be completed, the likelihood of Mythic funding a new Kickstarter campaign seems very minimal. Currently, there's a small window of opportunity for the company to sell itself alongside with its IPs. The longer Mythic Games persists with these questionable practices, the more the company's value will decline. I can only hope this video caught the attention of Mythic Games and any potential buyers. This is the end of the video. I hope you'll see your games ever being delivered. And if you have any questions or remarks, please put them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.